I've been playing something that is a remaster of an old game, and that game is Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Tongue. So originally the Story of Seasons series was the Harvest Moon series. Obviously there's a whole long story as to how it became Story of Seasons, where the publisher and the developer split and all that kind of stuff. But basically, it's Story of Seasons now. And Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Tongue is a remaster, or remake, sorry, I should say, of the original Story of Seasons. Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Tongue. And I played Friends of Mineral Tongue back in the day. This was a Game Boy Advance title, and it was really sweet. Like, it was really nice and stuff. I played it, my older sister Ali, she played it as well. So basically, this is one that has an emotional attachment to me. And at first I wasn't planning on covering this game, because after I'd seen the footage for it, you know, I was just like, I don't think I want to play this. Also because I'm playing other games right now, and I'm just like, yeah. But I did finish with Wadi Ramono, Prelude to the Fallen. So because I knew that I was out of the way, I was like, you know what, maybe I can give it a try, give it a shot. So I hit up the publisher and I said, hey, which the publisher is Marvelous for Europe, or the UK, and Exceed Games for the US, North American region. So hit a publisher, got a copy of the game, and installed it. And I hadn't actually started immediately after I got it. Like, I installed it and I just left it there, and the Switch, because I was still playing with Wadi Ramono. And then once I was done with Wadi Ramono, I think last night I booted it up and I started playing it. And I have to say, Rog, it is pretty good. Like, this is a really good remaster.
Nice.
The controls feel buttery smooth. I just want to just add that in there. It's just you move on a full, because in the original you moved on, it was up, down, left, right. It was like a you didn't have like as much diagonal movement, whereas this one full diagonal movement. So it's a top-down view sort of game, but the movement for the character feels really fluid. When you press something, it feels immediate. Everything feels good about the way it plays and all that kind of stuff. And I think the thing is that jumping back into a Story of Seasons game, you start feeling why they're so good, and I think for me what makes them so good is the sort of like relaxing feeling you get from playing a Story of Seasons game, because you're sitting there, you're doing some farming, you're just kicking back, enjoying your moments and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in obviously IRL, you know, in real life, you know, no one really wants. I don't know if regular people want to be farmers, but in video games, it's pretty awesome, you know. So basically, it's really nice, and I have to say I've been enjoying it. Now I'm playing on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously, this game is coming out for other platforms as well, so you can get it on the PC as well. For those of you who play on Steam, I believe it's also coming for PlayStation 4. I'm saying that, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I should know this before. I usually am supposed to look up this shit in advance of the episode.
It's okay.
But yeah, I know for a fact it's coming to the PC. Yeah, it's PC and Switch. So it's just PC and Switch this time around. So I just checked PC, Switch. Those are the platforms. For the Nintendo Switch, it's gonna retail at about $49.99. I think for this game, will I recommend it for $49.99? At this particular point in time, I would say maybe $39.99. I mean, there's a lot of good games coming out this month. A lot of good games already that came out this month as well. So spending $50 on a Story of Season game seems like a bit expensive, especially because Story of Season games are sort of the games that you do play in between other games. You're not really it's not your main bread and butter per se, even though it can be based on the type of games that you do like playing. And so it's not me saying that don't buy it at that price. It's me saying I probably wouldn't. You know, I probably wouldn't pick it up at that price. But that's not to say that the game is bad or anything like that. I think the game is actually pretty good because so far I've only played an hour of the game, and in that hour I'm impressed. I'm enjoying my time with the game in that hour that I've played so far. And this is me playing without actually paying attention to the story. Like this is just me doing the farming bits, you know. And just that alone is to me exciting. Like I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a lot of fun, you know, and I'm liking it a lot. And on the PC, you're looking at about an Intel i5 8265U, which is a mobile chipset, and an Intel UHD 620. So this is running on basic specs, basically. Like, you can run this on a laptop, is what they're saying. Obviously, no one runs a minimum specifications for the most part. Everyone tries to get to recommended. So there's no recommended for it, but I'm assuming anything better than that is going to be good for you. You obviously there's no voice acting in the Story of Seasons game, so it's all text dialogue. But the text, you have English, French, German, Spain, Spanish, traditional Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and simplified Chinese. Those are your options. It does have Steam cards, so those of you like me, again, PC, definitely pick it up for the Steam cards on the PC. That's going to be pretty awesome. So that's actually a good thing as well. It comes out on July the 14th. So today being the 10th, it will be out the week after this. After this podcast is the week of this podcast being released, it's going to be out. To add a few things to the game that has changed, that's changed from the original, you can, there is same-sex marriage in the game, which is something that I believe wasn't in the original. I don't remember it being in the original, but you can marry, if you're playing as a blue character, you can marry another blue character. And usually you can tell which characters you can sort of pursue, because once you start talking to them, you see a heart pop up next to their face, like on the chat bubble thingy. So you can do same-sex marriage in the game for those of you who that is the way your persuasion. So basically, yeah, it's there for those of you who want that. For everyone else, it's still the regular thing. And with Story of Season games, it's all about how you pursue the characters. The characters don't really pursue you. So basically, yeah, it's up to your preference is what you're going for, basically. But I think that allows the game to be a lot more inclusive, so more people who want to play this game can feel comfortable playing it. And I think that's one of the things I was wondering with regards to Story of Seasons game, because of the fact that marriage is a huge part of the game. How are they going to process it going forward? Are they going to include same-sex marriages in the game? And they have. So that is just one aspect of it. Character design, you do get to choose between. There are not a lot of skin tones. I think that's kind of, for me, that's my kind of like, I wish there was a bit more chocolatey fellow, but obviously there's no the closest chocolatey fellow you get is like a he's like milk cream chocolate, not very chocolatey really, sort of like,
okay.
Like a tanned Portuguese guy or something.
I get it.
So,
okay.
Not a lot of customization for your character is what I'm saying. You just get to choose between 2 silhouettes and 3 shades of tan. So, not very much with that. But of course, on the Switch you can play in handheld mode, you can play in tabletop mode, you can play on the telly. It's single player, of course, because it is a single player simulation game. Storage space, you're looking at about a gig of storage space, so it's not very big. It's a very small game. Visually, it's got a very cute art style. I love the way it looks on the Switch. It looks very, very pretty, very nice. The character sprites look really, really pretty. I'm not sure how many characters are new in this game. I'm not sure if they've included new characters or old characters, because I played the old game a long time ago, and so my memory of it is not the best. Obviously, there's some characters I recognize, but there are a lot of characters I don't recognize and stuff like that. But there's a lot of quality of life controls in there. The right joystick controls your items that you have. The left D-pad controls the tools that you're using and stuff like that. The right joystick controls your movement. You're automatically sprinting when you're moving. You can press, I think you hold one of the right bumper or something like that, and that allows you to slow down and walk slowly if you need to do more accurate things. You can go mining in the sort of like the mountains and do some mining and get some materials to improve your items and all that kind of stuff. Thankfully, doesn't have any combat, which is one of the things I don't like in Story of Season games. In any sort of like farming simulator, I don't want to do any combat. And I think the Rune Factory games tend to do that. They tend to have the farming with combat. When I'm farming, I want to be like proper farmer. I'm a farm, planting things and stuff. Making turnips. So, and actually, turnips are the first vegetable that you get to grow. So, I'm gonna say turnip. The person who I'm saying turnip for knows why. But anyway, that being said, you do have turnip as your first fruit, as your first vegetable. Sorry, then you can get cucumbers, and then you go through the seasons and stuff like that. You get potatoes and other stuff as well that you can grow on your farm. You have the stamina meter and everything like that as per usual. You have the sort of like the fairy creatures that come and help you on your farm, and the whole gist of the whole 9 yards of what a Story of Season game is like. It's all in there, and even though it's not my favorite Story of Season game, or I would say my favorite Story of Season game or Harvest Moon game was A Wonderful Life, and I really want them to remaster that game. Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life was the best Harvest Moon as far as I'm concerned. And my favorite game in the Story of Seasons franchise, when they remastered and all that kind of stuff, would actually be Trio of Tongues. Because my favorite waifu in the game is from Trio of Tongues. So, also I love the visual art style of Trio of Tongues as well. So I actually hope they remaster Trio of Tongues for the Switch, because it was last released on the 3DS. So hopefully they do decide, let's make it for the Switch. That'd be nice. I would love to return to Trio of Tongues as well. So that's basically what I've been playing.